It is October 16th, and we are somewhat pumping, right? It is happening. It is definitely happening. The S&P 500, if I just blow this up here, we have a uptrending market. And yesterday, there was some leaked earnings by one of the chip manufacturers that kind of tanked the entire market, that created this guy to go down. But it was interesting that while the S&P 500 was tanking, Bitcoin was selling off. And this is on the monthly time frame. Let me go to the daily. We were selling off. And part of that reason as to why we were selling off was this level of resistance right here, which is just crazy that we've been going here for, God, 7 months. It seems like just bouncing between 50,000 and 70,000, just going up, down, up, down, up. And then this didn't go all the way down. It didn't go all the way down. We paused and then decided to hit this wall again, which makes me feel as if we are potentially going to break above this $68,000 wall here. Because if I zoom in, okay, and let me remove everything here, just speaking about Bitcoin in here, let me get a little bit better chart here so that we can see the last month or so. And if I look at the previous resistance, okay, the previous resistance, not looking at this pin bar breakout because that didn't matter. We broke above it and then it became support. So if I go to the 4 hour here, this guy became support. Let me tighten these up a little bit, where we broke above and then we broke down and then now we're exceeding up. So zooming out just a little bit more, we can see that we are trading in an uptrending market, which is good, along with, hey, what's going on with the election? Trump, my man, is kicking effing ass. He's just murdering Kamala, which I think is important, because are we going to 120, 150 with Kamala? Or are we going to 180, 250 with Trump? Yes, that's what we want. And as far as Bitcoin maximalists and everybody that talks about be your own bank and crypto, have government get out here, I'm a huge libertarian. I'm all for making sure that the middleman can succeed. However, we need big money to make these assets go up in value. You really think that the degens involved is in, as far as in whatchamacallit, degens involved in Dogcoin or Wi-Fi coin or the S&P 6900, whatever, you really think that us degens can move the markets? No, we need some billions and billions of dollars to come up there. So if I'm looking at my trade here, because arguably on Ethereum, I've been teetering the thought of, here, let me just move this out here. So you can see I am finally positive. I'm up $1,500. I was up about 3,500 a day ago because of this guy, which was that doji candle, which is a continuation candle, or you could say as a reversal candle. And okay, cutie. All right. You go upstairs, cutie, and I will help. Okay. I got a little 3-year-old here. Okay, then go right here. Oh my goodness. Letix, baby, go to the bathroom. Give me 1 second here and I'll continue. I guess I should have just left the chart open so that we could see what is going on here. So anyway, we had that doji candle, which is that reversal, okay? And it could potentially just be a pause. But as far as the top goes, we're having a hard time breaking 2,700 on Ethereum, which is interesting because Bitcoin was able to blow by its previous resistance of the 66 or so, and it got above the 68, which is this level here, which is important, right? But now we need to be able to break even above that guy to continue upwards of the 70,000 because we're stuck in this area here. But if I go back to what is going on the monthly calendar, okay, we've got that bull flag. We've had a couple different bull flags. Okay, we had one that was down here, and then now we have another one here. Okay, so if I look at what my price targets between this guy to this guy is, and I look at the breakout, that is going to give right around the $100,000 mark for Bitcoin. And if I zoom in on this guy on the weekly, okay, so that I can see a little bit more of the flag pattern. Okay, you could say that it's a broadening wedge, but it's in fact a flag. Okay, and we've officially broken out above it, and we've yet to come back down. So we might end up touching. Okay, we might reverse a little bit, touch, and then move off. That's usually where things happen, is we come back to the scene of the crime, but not always. Sometimes we just end up blowing right through, which is something that I would like to see on Bitcoin, because we've got some certain things that are going on where October has been the freaking month where things have decided to just kick off. Okay. And we are right around week 2, week 3 of October. And usually that's when we decide to go exponential growth here. And we also have a sell wall that we have officially finally throughout this bear market gone up. Truthfully, in a bear market, we've gone from 30,000 to 70,000 because of the ETF in Bitcoin, which kind of made a false new all-time high. And since then, we've been just going stagnant. This was freaking February, March of this year, which was like right in the middle of the bear market. The economy wasn't doing well. And now interest rates are starting to get cut. And it's going to make people be able to put more risk on hand. So today, we had a high of that 68,000. We're getting a small rejection off of this level here. And if I look at some of the indicators, because I don't have any other indicators on here, let me just look at the MACD, moving average, convergence, divergence. Okay. And on the weekly time frame, we are getting ready to cross, which is a bullish sentiment. Okay. So right here, this blue line, oh, you can't even see. Okay. This blue line crossing this orange line is a signal for an exponential growth on the weekly. Okay. What happened was we bounced after here in October 23, and we went up. How far is that? Boom, boom, boom. We went up about, here, get that again, 160%. Well, what would be another 160%? Here we had another cross, but it was kind of a stagnant market. Here we had a cross and we had exponential growth. Here we had a cross and we had exponential growth. Okay. So just looking back in history, that was at 400%. Okay. This guy, once we crossed, that was 82%. Okay. The next time that we had an official cross before it went back down, okay, that was 100% gain. And then the next one was 160. So let's just say an average of, let's just say 70. That gives us over the $100,000 Bitcoin. So that is very, very important. So if I'm looking even more on some different charts here, as far as the inflows on the ETF, okay, yesterday we had some outflows. Today we're having a little bit more inflows. 2 days ago we had over $200 million inflow into the ETFs. And if I'm looking at the weeks, as far as the charts go, as far as growth for October, usually we are a green month. Right now we're 7%. Last year was 28%, which was crazy. 2 or 3 years ago, that was 40%. So if I look at the weekly chart, because things don't really get started until that week 42 that I've been talking about for a little while, and boom, we're up 7% right now, where the best month we have had or week was 15 in 2019. Second best was actually, was 2019. Best was 18 in that week. And, fourth best was 10. And right now we're tied for about fifth. But these next 3 weeks are going to be incredibly important for Bitcoin. So if we can break above this, we've got to break above this. I don't want to see a rejection back down to around the 60 here. Where would be a good spot for this guy to bounce to? Right around the 64-ish, right, would be a good level for catching this if you haven't gotten into a trade. This right now is a little risky because we're heading right to the top here, where this is pretty much a sell wall right now. We've got pretty much a sell wall going on Bitcoin at the moment, which is, oh gosh, do you sell? Do you buy? Like, what do you do? If you buy, you got to make sure you have a tight stop loss, because you don't want to get stopped out just in a few $1,000s, because we might honestly actually just go down to 66, 65 before bouncing back up here, but the last thing you want to do is be stopped out right as it reverses. So as far as looking at my trade and what is going on, a smarter man might decide to take some profits right now at 1,200, but I am betting that we are going to break out, and I'm willing to lose all of it to gain a breakout of about 2,900, 2,800, because truthfully, the next area that I see that is going to explode to is that 2,900 range. And that's when I really would like to take some profits. We might actually see a little bit more resistance right at the 2,800, but I'm a little surprised that we're getting some right here and we haven't broken out at least above 2,700, because a few days ago we got close to 2,690. I'm surprised that it didn't at least pump a little bit further here. So I'm expecting some continuation to happen here as we're going down here. Probably lost $400 on the stream as of right now. But guys, this is Johnny Crypto. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm here to help you learn and hopefully makes a little bit extra cash.